Hey guys, it is Tiffany and Matt, and we just got to see Black Panther a few days ago, and it's amazing.
It is very good.
It had so much to live up to. There was so much writing on it, and I can't believe it is as phenomenal as it is.
Yeah, it was one of my most look forward to films this year, was Black Panther, and it definitely lived up to what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it delivered. I really feel like this is one of those superhero movies that everyone has been waiting for, because it's a cool story. We saw him in Civil War,
briefly,
and
yeah.
That's kind of where the story picks up. So in the MCU timeline wise, we kind of take a few steps back, and we pick up right where we see T'Challa's father get killed at the United Nations?
He's still dealing with the loss of his father, and he's coming back from where he left off in the Civil War, and is basically flying back to Wakanda. And yeah, dealing with the loss of his father has impacted him throughout this whole movie.
Yeah, so it's kind of an origin story, I guess you would call it, a little bit. Like we kind of see his journey in becoming the Black Panther.
Yeah, you definitely learn the history of the Black Panther and then the culture of the Wakanda, and seeing how he kind of takes on the mantle of the Black Panther moving forward, and what he gets to do, or what he wants to do differently as a king other than the previous kings. Yeah,
and going off of that, this story, I feel like it was really interesting. At the press conference, Kevin Feige had made a comment that was like, this movie feels so relevant now, even though it was written years ago. Yeah. But because of the political climate and how everything has shifted, this movie, I think, is being released at such a pivotal time. Like, it's going to have so much weight and so much meaning. And I think it's really cool to see that in a Marvel film.
Yeah, it is definitely one of the strongest and most meaningful, I think, that they've done.
It's definitely the Marvel movie that's going to make you think the most. Like, you will get the most out of it, like, as a human being on planet Earth. I feel like it has great action, and it is funny. It's like this really...
Yeah. It's actually, I mean, it's all Marvel movies are funny, but this one was, like, I felt the darkest.
I would agree with that.
And mostly the villain, portrayed by Michael Jordan. He was probably the best villain Marvel's done. I don't know, maybe better than Loki.
Ooh, maybe.
But he has had the most weight of a character, the most anger, and the best writing, I think, for a villain yet.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's because we get the most backstory of any Marvel villain.
You feel his pain and his emotional journey that he goes on, as well as T'Challa. But that's the most fleshed out that I think I've ever seen of a villain. Yeah,
it's really cool. So when you have a great villain, your stakes feel like they're so much higher. I don't know, I am over the moon with it. I think from a comedy aspect, it's funny, but not in the way that like Ragnarok or Guardians of the Galaxy is funny.
Yeah. I mean, especially the relationship between T'Challa and his sister, which was a hidden gem, I think, is his sister. Yeah. The actress, I can't remember her name, but their relationship was the funniest thing I think I've seen in a Marvel film. The
acting from everybody, I feel like, was incredible.
Oh, I mean, everyone's at, full power. I mean, you've got so many great actors and actresses in this film. It's everyone's at a different, bringing their high game.
Yeah, like I said, like, this movie had to succeed. It had to be great, and it had to deliver. And I think it does that. I think it is the most unrelated story as far as the overall MCU story arc, though.
Yeah, leaving this film, I was like, that really didn't have anything to have anything to do with the MCU. Whereas some other films either mention an Avengers character, or they have a cameo appearance, something. This one was really kept to the side. I mean, people said Ant-Man is a standalone, and I think this one was way more of a standalone than Ant-Man ever was.
Yeah, I agree. But it still feels like such an important film. Like, it feels like they did Black Panther justice.
Yep.
And when Infinity War comes out, I'm gonna you have such a different take on Black Panther after after getting his full backstory in this movie experience.
I think even though the little that we know about Avengers Infinity War, seeing how the Black Panther ends, you kind of see, oh, I think I know how it picks up in Avengers. It gave you a good lead off into the Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, it does lend itself to some kind of like breadcrumbs that you could theorize, but honestly, who knows? Like, there was a point in this movie where I'm like, I literally don't even know where they're gonna go from here.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, it was exciting, because I was like, wait, I thought I knew how this moment was gonna go, and then it didn't go there, and I was like, oh. And I feel like that's something I haven't really gotten out of another Marvel movie.
I think from the trailers, I've been waiting for this movie all year, and looking at the trailers, I think even when I finally saw the film, I was like, oh, that didn't unravel anywhere near what I thought. I kind of picked at it from the trailers, which was great. I mean, it was a great standalone film, and
honestly, like, thank you, Marvel, for giving us so many amazing female characters in this movie. Like,
yes.
All of the women in this movie, they are not just kind of put there. They have their own stories, they have their own personalities, they are very fleshed out, and they are all incredible in so many different ways.
And badass. I'd say, like, the way Wonder Woman was bringing female characters, I think Black Panther did that with their female characters, because, I mean, you got Denai, who's from The Walking Dead. She comes in...
She might be my favorite.
As the D-General, you know, for Wakanda.
Yeah, she's in charge of T'Challa's, like, army. Like, we found out that Wakanda is actually made up of 5 different tribes, and T'Challa's tribe, the army, it was like all these beautiful black bald women, and it was just, it was so cool to see that, and to see it so thought out, and like they really made an impact, I feel like, as far as black female representation on film. Like, I have not seen anything like this, and it is so cool and so refreshing, and they nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, not just Denai, there's Lupita's also, and the actress, once again, I can't remember her name, and that's gonna kick me. But that plays T'Challa's sister. I mean, they all have huge roles to play in this film.
Honestly, like, their characters they're just as crucial, if not more important, to the storyline than male counterparts in this movie, which I think is pretty incredible. It can't move forward without them. Like, T'Challa's little sister makes all of she makes everything. She makes every weapon. She's in control of all the technology. She's
like the Tony Stark of Wakanda.
Yeah, but like smarter than Tony Stark. It's amazing. Do yourself a favor. See this opening weekend. It's out February 15th.
I believe so.
I believe. So be sure to check it out. It is not to be missed for sure. It is so elevated and so well executed and so
well acted,
thoughtful, well acted,
and well directed. I mean,
like, yeah, this movie it's not missing anything. Like, I honestly don't know a weak link or a weak spot through the whole thing.
Yeah, me neither.
I just want to see it again.
I want to see it again.
So bad. It's like, we have to wait.
See it again.
Yeah, so
wait a few more days.
Be sure to check it out in theaters, and subscribe to Attractions Magazine if you want to see more cool videos like this on their YouTube channel. And leave a comment below if you're looking forward to this movie too, because I think a lot of people were, and we're happy to say that you guys are going to love it. So we'll see you later.
We'll see you.
Bye.